Hi there, this is Pastor Purple. I haven't been on for a while, so I wanted to give you an update and then to let you in on what I've been working on and also what you can expect from me in the next year. So I wanted to have a bit of an honest moment. For those of you that have been following the journey of Pastor Purple and how it's been developing and how I've been coping, then you will realize that there isn't really a consistency, and that sometimes it goes really, really well for a period of time, and then sometimes you just don't hear anything for a long time. And I kind of wanted to say thank you to everyone who's stuck with us for the journey, who's watched the 2-minute devotionals, who's read the blog, who have invested in my writing, believed in the sermons, have been a part of the whole journey. I think it's amazing how many of you have been blessed by my ministry, and blessed by what God is doing, and that you've managed to, even though I'm inconsistent because of my life, and other things, you've managed to still find those moments to take time out to support the ministry. So I really kind of wanted to first say thank you to everyone who has been a part of this amazing journey thus far. And so where does that leave us? Where am I right now? So I'm at the moment in a mantra moment, and my mantra is lipstick and face cream. I'm going to do a full video on the lipstick and face cream because it's really helped me to center myself, and I know that makes no sense to anyone else, but I needed to do something small to give myself the dedication, the thing that I was going to achieve that was possible. And lipstick and face cream was it. So I can't wait to share that story and that video with you. And that has been my mantra to kind of keep me going in these last couple of months. There has been lots of changes in our lives. I am now the parent of 3 children. Have been for a little while, and that keeps me very busy. I obviously have 1 husband, 3 kids. I work full-time as a pastor. We manage children's diaries, special educational needs, and all sorts of other wonderful things, as well as doing a full pastor's schedule with 2 churches, which are 100 kilometers apart. So I spend a lot of time driving. I also live 100 kilometers from the main offices and from the other colleagues. So whenever there's a meeting, I spend a lot of time in my car driving from place to place. And there was a period of time where I did these videos in a car because I was just like, I need to do the videos, and I basically have the car available to me because I'm in it all the time. So I'm not sure if that will feature in the future planning. I'm busy with trying to reconnect to myself. Some of you are aware that I had burnout not so long ago, 2 years ago, and it really knocked me off my feet. I'm not ashamed to say it completely wiped me out at a certain point, and not at the point I expected, which is like around the diagnosis point. I thought that was it, that's the bad point, but actually like a year later when I kind of half thought I was getting better and then just went flat out, and really had to acknowledge that I wasn't doing as well as I should have been. But what does that mean for future Tabitha, Pastor Purple Ministries, and what we do here online and the blog and other things that we're doing? Well, what that means is there's kind of been like a revamp of everything. And I want to work on a new website, and I want to continue on the YouTube channel, of course, but doing a broader range of subjects. So there's some things that people know me for. They know me for being a person who speaks truth and who fights for justice, and who is about diversity and inclusion, and is trying to do that work as best I can, to promote the idea of what I believe from a biblical perspective is God's view of us as humans and how much he invests and loves us, and trying to see that each person has value because they are human, and that we should be investing in loving one another, and we should not put down somebody based on race or gender or disability, or though, whatever it is. We should actually love one another. I'm not an expert in everything, but those 3 areas I've mentioned are particularly something that I do know something about and have studied and have learned about, and so those are things that I speak on frequently. So that's something that's coming up, is the work on diversity and inclusion. The work on the ministry side, I really, really, really want to build this narrative idea and the Bible journaling ministry. I love Bible journaling. I love the freedom that it gives you to worship a creator God in a creative way. It's just amazing. So that's coming up, and I love that. I obviously have an ongoing personal ministry in actual churches with actual humans, and so that obviously continues, pastoring 2 churches and all of that entails, that comes with that, and obviously working with my family. I'm doing some strange things, like I decided to drink all the soda in my house and then give up soda afterwards. So that's been new. I'm going to get back to walking. Many of you know that I live with chronic pain, and walking is something that I love to do and that I feel passionately about, but it's not always possible for my body, so I'm going to get back to that. Some of you saw me being intimidated by a cat, so you may remember those posts, and that I'm sure I will do more me being intimidated by cat posts. There is the creative stuff that I want to do with my family that we share with you on how to actually live the Christian walk in a creative and wonderful way, so that you can bring children and others. Some of you can't get to churches, some of you don't have a church community which you feel comfortable in, but your home is a safe space for you and others, and where there are 2 or 3 of you, you can make a church. So we will continue to share some of those ideas that we have, on how we creatively worship, how we engage with God, how we ask questions. So that stuff's coming back up, how we do our Bible time, etc. And then of course I have some ideas for the kind of online ministry. So there is, as I say, the diversity, race and inclusion stuff, and there is the Pastor Purple kind of video blogging, vlogging stuff, but there is also the Bible journaling. And finally, I have this idea for this Bible timeline project, because as a pastor I'm often asked to speak on stories. Maybe it's because I'm a storyteller, so I enjoy the story, but what I miss is this kind of timelines where you can kind of see the highlights in every Bible character's story and kind of go through visually, okay, this is where we are in the story, this is what's going on. So I want to develop some Bible timelines, even just for myself, so that I can have them as quick references, because sometimes people will be like, oh, I have a question on Sarah in the Bible and blah, blah, blah. And then you're like, oh, hang on, where are we in the story? Where is the text? What is happening? And if you kind of have just a visual representation, then you can kind of do that. So that's something, that's an idea. That's going to be a long-term idea though. I think that'll take time. And then finally, I want to do some more studies. I want to apply myself to actually learning and craft, being better at my craft. And so there's lots of that coming up as well. And I want to get back to writing. Some of you know I absolutely love writing. I have an editor, wonderful magazines. I have people that are really waiting for me to do stuff. I haven't been able to. I apologize. My mind hasn't been in a place to do that. I've been slowly setting myself small targets of writing just little bits, personal expressions for myself, so that I can actually write longer pieces. And I'm going to get to that, and I'm going to get back to that. So there's a lot happening. There's a lot that will be new in the coming year. There's a lot that will be added slowly and surely. But what I want to do more than any of all of that is to be consistent. Do something small and do it well. A colleague of mine, Big Brother, challenged me to lead. Contrary to what a lot of people think, who believe that I really like to be at the front and love leading and love being like in control and boss. I am a bit of a control freak, that is true, but only about the things that I have on that are mine, like not about other people. I don't like to control people. I don't find that enjoyable at all. I don't like people to feel like I'm a dictator or doing, we have to do this, or Tabitha said so we must do. I don't like that. I lead in a very collaborative style, and he challenged me to actually stop doing that and to get on and do the thing. And as painful as that is to admit, he's not wrong, because I feel like with this online ministry that I've been doing, I've kind of been letting it slide, because I was hoping that somebody would like work with me, that somebody would be like, okay, we love what you do. Here, let me help you. Let me dedicate some learning time to working out video editing and giving you deadlines and helping you to do the thing. And I kind of was putting it off because I was like, well, if somebody helps me, then I can do it. Then I can work with somebody and it can be their thing and my thing and then it will go okay. But I've really just got to get on and do it, haven't I? Just, you know, and then I get frustrated because I see others like doing stuff and I'm like, but I can do this, I can do that, like I can be a grown-up, I can do it. But it's not always easy to be a grown-up. It's not always easy when you have a lot on your plate to find the space and the time to do the things. And I live really strangely in both the real world and the online world. There are some people I know who purely exist in a virtual capacity, and while lots of people are saying my phone is always in my hand and it's never far from me, it's because I use it as a computer. I store my notes there, I put everything I type in there. The only thing that's not in my phone is my diary. I do not keep that digitally anymore. I will share that video soon why. But you know, I use it as a computer. I make everything, PowerPoint presentations, sermon notes, reading. I read books on there. So it's a computer for me. It's like a real source of information and learning. It's a learning space, as well as a connection space with actual other humans. So yes, contrary to popular belief and the belief that I just live on social media, I don't. I actually do a lot more than that. I actually live and exist in the real world. I engage with people every day. I look people in the eyes. I have conversations. I meet people every day. I go places and help and facilitate and lead and do all sorts of things with actual real people. So what I found is that tension between the real world and the online world is actually quite strong. And I know that sounds weird because surely it's easy. You just do one or you just do them side by side. But actually it's not as easy as that sounds. So why have I spent 12 minutes giving you this kind of very brief, even though it's quite long, overview? I wanted to make a commitment to be consistent. And so starting next month, I am going to be consistent. I want to do something every month and do it well. And I think that is achievable. It's doable. I just need to set the backdrop up. Look, I got one. It's not quite long enough, but you all live with that, right? And I'm using the phone and I'm doing the thing and I will continue to do the thing. So that's my commitment. I'm going to be consistent. I want to write at least 3 times a year, and I want to do something for you at least every month. I'm hoping to do all of this more, but I think if I just am consistent, that is better than just being absent. That's not good, right? So yes, this is me saying I am going to be consistent. I am going to put something online every month, and I am going to write at least once every quarter. And that is what I'm going to do this year. I will have done it. Which sounds strange because of course it's February and most people make New Year's resolutions in January, and I don't make New Year's resolutions. I make life choices when the moment comes. So starting March and running till next March, and then next March we will review and we will go again. So I just want you to know that I appreciate you. I love the fact that you have been with me on this journey. Continue to support the ministry. Please continue to talk to me. Please continue to pray for me, to uplift me, to just keep me focused. Remind me that I need to be there doing the thing. And I can't wait to share all of these little things with you. So for now, it's lipstick and face cream. And for tomorrow, I will let you know about that story. Have a blessed, wonderful day. Peace out from Pastor Purple. Bye.